Or we could just do this and you can look at it on your iPad and make sure everything's working.
I'm not there yet. I'm doing
Hurry
something
up,
else
go.
right now.
Catch up to the delay. Beat the delay.
I'm working on things. Give me a second.
Your microphone is live, by the way.
So don't use all of the swears in one sentence? Is that what you're saying?
You can get some swears in there.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't matter here because we don't have to mark this as explicit or anything.
Well, that's no fun.
I also have the, I changed the stream option for low latency. So we'll see what happens with the quality on that. And that will benefit chat stuff.
Is that English or?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, there should be less delay between us talking and people seeing and hearing it.
Ooh, it's warm in here.
Yeah. There's a lot of electronics creating heat. Hey, I hear things. So we'll see what happens with the quality of that. And that will... Cool.
I don't have a chat option though.
I think that's weird.
Yeah, I don't have a chat option.
Why would that be? I probably don't need my Xbox controller, do I? I need this though so I can see what I'm doing. No.
Yeah, why would it not give me a chat option?
Maybe you were banned. Did our moderator ban you? Our team of moderators that we have?
I'm not
Wasn't
sure.
it kind of hidden last time?
It's not there.
Oh.
It's usually like down here. You can play with it if you want. Oh, or do I usually do it in the app? Let me try.
I don't know.
Let me try to go into the app. I guess it shouldn't really matter, but
I don't know how do you get the live stream from the app.
oh, I don't know where the chat is. Do you have? Is there a setting in Patreon? No, there's nothing there. No.
Nope. It's all. Oh, we've got 3. So, oh wait. Well, hi. Probably not Rebecca Vincent. It could be, but we don't know. She's chatting, so she's got it figured out.
Well, I don't think it's well, Marie. So Marie, I can't chat. I don't have the chat option. Oops, so now I am.
You should open more tabs, I think.
Shut up.
Maybe that's the problem. She's asking if you're watching in YouTube. Yes.
Are you watching in the app or on through like Safari or Chrome?
Because you've done this several weeks now. That's weird that it's just not. And Marie, how is the video quality? I changed a setting to hopefully reduce the amount of time that it takes for us to say and do things for you to see them and hear them. And I'm hoping that the audio-visual quality doesn't suffer too much if there's any buffering or anything. It says our stream health is green, so that's good. Oh. Happy birthday yesterday, by the way. I don't know if you want me telling the whole world that, but...
Oh. So I just... That's weird. I just went to... I clicked up on Chrome on the options and selected the desktop view, and the chat just showed up. So I wonder if mobile view does not give you...
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's... Yeah, I guess.
Whatever.
Uh-oh.
Gravity.
I'm going to open this before.
Probably going to fall over here trying to pick that back up, but that's okay.
Mellow yellow is so good.
Why is there dog hair all over my microphone?
I wonder. It's all over everything everywhere.
Why isn't there dog hair in your microphone? I don't see any on
There's one
yours.
right there.
Looks like mine was run all over the floor.
It might have been. A little bit. Ooh, excuse me. All right. So I'm trying to think of... Oh, did you want to do your big thing?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, Maria's here. I know she's probably the only one here, but the other patrons will be watching later. So
and I'll post this on Facebook too, and make sure people watch it because it's important.
So you're gonna do I get a drum roll or anything, or do you have a drum roll, or can you used to play drums? Can you just do a drum roll?
I don't want to make a...
That makes it sound like very... That sounds like a galloping horse.
Yeah, I don't have any... I can give you applause when you say it.
Okay. So we haven't made an official announcement because it's not officially at the store yet. But as of this next week, once I can manage to get it all unpacked, Firefly Fibers will be a destination store for Brooklyn tweed.
Very exciting.
That's really big, exciting news.
Does everybody know why that's exciting?
Do you know why it's exciting?
I know. Well, it's a very exclusive...
It is.
A hoity-toity yarn that's hard to get.
Yep, it's all U.S. Sourced, dyed, milled, everything. So there's limited availability. It's not available for like everybody to have everything. Yeah. So, and for us, because of the way that I do things, a destination store means that we will be carrying all 5 yarn bases in all the colors, and we will have everything. So I'm very excited. So if you get our emails from the store, or you like our Facebook page, there will be announcements going up there later this week as soon as everything is out of the box and on the walls and in its place. I'm very excited.
Hopefully.
I'm really scared to see how much yarn it is.
Well, it's a big purchase. If you're getting all the colors and all of the lines, it's going to be a lot. So and you're not getting like one skein of everything either. It's going to be
bags,
good quantities.
Yep.
I imagine. I guess I don't know for sure. I shouldn't say that with certainty because I don't know what you ordered, but I assume, knowing
there
how you
was
do
an
things,
everything package. That's what I got.
Oh, they have a package for it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, here one of everything. It's a destination store package.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
It's everything. Oh, it's not frozen here.
If you generally like when stuff like that happens, if you just refresh. Oh, it looks like she's gone. But like if you have issues with video and stuff, because we still have a green as far as stream health, so hopefully our side is still good. But if you have issues like that where the screen is freezing or stuttering and just not looking quite right, generally if you refresh when that happens, it should catch up and it should be okay after that. That's generally a fix-all for live streaming, whether it's
just refresh.
Yeah, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or whatever. If you just refresh it, generally that will fix. Actually, even Giant Bomb, professional live streamers, they have technical issues where that happens sometimes. And you just refresh it, and you're good.
So we're not professionals.
Hey,
is that what I'm hearing?
Solved. I guess technically we are professionals, but like that's all they do is creating live streams and videos and stuff like that. Maybe someday that's all we'll do in another 40 or 50 years.
I can just sit here and knit.
Sure. That would be fantastic. I'd be okay with that. So Marie, did you miss the big announcement? Being the only one here? Because that would be hilarious if that happened. You should be able to back up and see it if that's the case. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm guessing she probably missed the big announcement, but...
Oh, he's chewing his Rollo.
Did you trim it?
That's the other side, the right
one. Hi, how are ya? You just a little bit stoned? Yeah, just a little bit. We have fireworks tonight, so
yeah,
we're being proactive with...
Thank you.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go, I think. Okay.
I'm just trying to get myself situated here. I don't want to have anything on my lap because it's warm.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad
the computer runs, it throws off a lot of heat.
I'm glad I didn't work today and just came home or didn't have to come home and change because I probably would have just worn whatever I wore at the store, which would have been fine in air conditioning, but it wouldn't have been a tank top and shorts.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Alisa the Yarnista podcast. This is episode number 97. You know what I did? I looked at July 9th, and I read that as 79, or I read that as 79 instead of 97. This is actually episode number 97. My name is Mike, and by my side, as always, is Alisa the Yarnista herself. I guess I'm going to ask how you're doing today because that's how we always start the show, but anybody that's read the blog post knows probably how things are going today, but how are you doing today?
I will be okay.
Yes. So for those that are not aware or didn't see the blog post, you may just want to head on over to alisatheyarnista.com and look at Alisa's blog because there's a nice story up there and some good pictures. We did have to say goodbye to our good friend Rollo, or not Rollo, he's behind us, he's still there, but our good friend Logan, who was with us for years and years and years, 11 years in fact, which is I think technically years and years and years.
Yep.
But yeah, he it was in declining health for the last couple of years especially.
The last few months have been really hard.
Yeah, the last few months things just kind of escalated, things that were progressing and were not going to get better and were only going to get worse. So yeah, that was kind of it was a rough day yesterday. You know, it's kind of how it goes when you have animals. You know, eventually you're going to have to part with them or they're going to have to part with you, and that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, Marie said though that the pain that we're feeling is a testament to how much we loved him and how wonderful he was. So
yep. Yeah, and that's kind of the way that you have to look at it. So
I was in, like you mentioned the two pictures you're just showing on here that, you know, people can't see. Well, the blog post is out there. But the difference between the first picture and the second picture is 10 years. Yeah. Almost exactly 10 years.
Yeah, for somebody that we didn't think would make it 10 years period. Yeah. He kept going. He had a lot of health issues all throughout his life, really. And
but he just loved being a dog. I think he loved being a dog, so he just kept being a dog. Yeah. Yeah. So,
had a lot of fun doing dog type things. So anyway, that's definitely go read the blog post Alisa wrote. It's very nicely written. some really nice pictures of Logan there. So yeah, you can find, there's a link. Just go to the website, or there's a link on Facebook and all that kind of stuff too to get there. So let's go on to some kind of normal standard business. Amazon Prime Day is coming up on, was it Tuesday the 11th?
Yep.
Today's the 9th, so that would be the 11th. It's a big deal. There's always all kinds of big sales and things happening for Amazon Prime Day. To take advantage of Amazon Prime Day, believe it or not, you have to be a Prime member.
Really?
You have to have a Prime membership to take advantage of all those things. What you can do is go to alisatheyarnista.com, and you're going to be there looking at that blog post anyway. When you finish reading that, make sure over on the right-hand side you click on something that'll take you to Amazon. I'll probably put something down below the player too if you want to click on that. And that'll take you to Amazon, where you can sign up for a Prime membership. They get access to all those sales and deals and specials, and I think they're doing some giveaways, and you can sign up for Audible and Kindle and get some free things there as well. But it's a big deal. I think there's stuff that's already happening with that, but the big day is Tuesday the 11th. So go ahead and click on all that stuff. And of course, we do have to say that if you do that, there's a good chance that Amazon may kick a little commission our way for sending you their direction, and that helps us out here at the show, so we can afford to pay for all the fun things that we have, like all the equipment and the web hosting and the cameras and all that good stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. If you would like to participate in the program, you can always send us an email. Send it to podcast@alisatheyarnista.com. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, thoughts, whatever's on your mind, let us know. We've got a 100th episode coming up in a few weeks. 97 plus a few is 100, right?
Yep.
So 97 plus a few is 100. So I think it'd be a lot of fun if we had a fun email.
Some fun
section.
emails. If you want to ask us something, if you want to, if you have an idea for something that you think we should do,
sure,
for our 100th episode, it'd be fun.
One of the things that I've got already, so I'm trying to think of some fun things to do, is kind of like a would you rather section. So I found a website that's got a bunch of those. So I think it'd be a fun conversation between the two of us. And I'm not pre-preparing. I found it. I kind of read through a couple of questions. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm looking for. So we'll do that. So just some things that are kind of out of the ordinary. If you have anything like that you'd want us, would you rather this or that, or what's better? I'm trying to think of, I would say, this is a dumb video game thing, but what's better, Mario or Sonic? And nobody probably knows what that means, but I do, so there. But anyway, send those things in. We're going to have some fun on the 100th episode, whether you want us to or not. That was a fun noise. All right, Lisa.
He's exasperated. He's done.
Yeah. And that's good, because he's been an energetic... I think he's a
little confused.
I think he's confused. I think he's realizing I think he's understanding kind of what's going on, and that he's
alone.
He's got a lot of
responsibility.
A lot of responsibility now. He's got some big shoes to fill, like you said last night or whatever it was, that he's the only guy now. Yeah. I'm not sure he cares for that. He's still kind of a baby, but he likes to act
that's
like
not going to change. He's a big baby.
Yeah. So you want to talk a little bit about what you've been working on? What you finish?
Well, I finished something. I can't say what I finished it in.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you later this week.
So for those, and here's a plug for our Patreon, for patrons out there at the $5 level or more who have access to the video version of the podcast before we hit record on the podcast, Alisa made a big time announcement. So those that are patrons of the website for the $5 level or higher got some advanced knowledge before everybody else. And so now it's out there. It's a commitment. It's going to happen. It has to happen.
Well, it has to happen. I gave them a bunch of money.
There's no turning back.
It's going to happen. So I have a new pair of Wrath Trevors by Jane Richmond in my super secret yarn. I started these when I was in Colorado in the airport, and I love them. This is my fourth pair, I think.
When I asked you how many you've made, you said 4. I think
it's 4. It might be more than that, but I know for sure it's at least 4. So I make them a little bit longer. They're from Island. I make them a little bit longer because they usually stop like right below the knuckles, and that's just too short for me, especially since I have really long hands. So I make them a little bit longer. But,
sure.
So these are my Wrath Trevors that are way too warm to be wearing right now with my tank top. So I finished those. They're so squishy. And, you know, they're in my favorite color, which is, you know,
brownish green.
Gray.
That's gray?
It's gray.
It looks like a brownish greenish moss-like color to me. That does not look gray to me. Are my eyes broken?
Your eyes are probably broken.
This
is green. My shirt is green.
It matches your shirt almost exactly.
It does not match my shirt exactly. Oh my God, I feel like I'm arguing with some of the ladies at the store right now.
No, it does.
Are you a knitter?
It looks like, I mean, to me, that almost exactly matches the color of your shirt. Which is like an army green. No. It's a little darker, but it looks... I can't tell
you the name of the yarn or the name of the colorway because the colorway does not have anything to do with anything green. So
no, I'm going to turn your mic.
Maybe it's the light in here.
I'll turn our microphones off, and then you can. No. How about this? That's silly. Now we're back on, so don't say it now.
Is it maybe the light reflecting off of the green paint on the walls?
That could, maybe that's what it is.
I don't think it looks gray.
It makes us look kind of sickly, I think, so.
Maybe us look pretty sickly.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, probably shouldn't blame the lighting in the walls in here.
I picked the color on these walls because this was my room.
Yep. What else you got?
Oh, stuff on the needles. I'm still fading away. I think I knit a little bit more on it since last week. Oh God, no.
No? I suppose if you haven't done anything since last week.
No, Mike. So I'm further. I think I'm further
than you were last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I think so.
A bit.
I'm still on color number 4, so I still have 3 more colors. So. But I think I knit some more of the garter section on it. Oh yeah, I did. I've knit a few rows on it. Of course. Oh no, I'm not so I've been carrying my my next color along with me for my fade for quite a while. And I've been, you know, on the last 2 colors for like the last 4 weeks, but every once in a while I get like in a really optimistic mood. And then I will throw like my next color in there.
So now how many next colors do you have in there?
I only have 1 right now.
Okay, so you backed one out?
Because I'm really excited because I keep taking 1 in and out of the bag.
Yeah. Because
I'm really excited to get to the Piedras, which is my favorite Malabrigo color.
So how many more colors do you have before you get to that one?
Well, I have to finish this one and then the next ball.
Oh man.
So
you got a long way to go.
I have a long way to go. I've been busy. I've been busy doing stuff, been building a website, and just getting close. And then I did knit quite a bit more on this, I think, didn't I? These are my this is my my opal sock where I'm just taking my leftovers and just knitting because I'm on the toe now.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I was only like halfway through my second one, so I'm just taking all of my leftovers. And I think I've knit a few inches on that, but yeah, stocking it in the round knitting has been really good for me these last few days. So I'm almost done with my first. Oh yeah, we talked about this because I was talking about how I'm going to do the actual like afterthought heel that I didn't insert waste yarn. So yeah, so I just attached my toe yarn last night. So yeah, so that's what else I've been knitting. That's it. That's all I've got, I think. Do I have anything else on there? I didn't knit on my...
You sure cleaned up that section a lot, though.
I did. Aren't you proud of me?
You can actually see what's happening.
Oh, I saw it just fine. But I knew it would make you happy. I wanted to make you happy.
I don't look at that one at all. That's got nothing to do with me.
You always give me grief about it. So, yeah. So my Linho, I haven't done much on that. My Alpengluhen, I haven't really picked that up. It ended up being too warm in Colorado for that Alpengluhen, so the sleeves are kind of sitting there. My friend Amanda, hers is sitting there too. She got to the same point, has the body done, and it's just sitting there now. Yeah. Because I mean, right now, the sleeves aren't going to take that long. But yeah, just having a big pile of wool on your lap right now just doesn't seem like a fun thing to do. So, yeah. So
if you want to buy any of that fancy stuff, including the super secret thing that's happening this week.
So exciting.
Make sure you go to fireflyfibers.com. That's a local yarn shop that Alisa and I own right here in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, which is coincidentally also the town where we live. We both live here, and as I say, we both live here and work here, but we don't both work here. You work here.
We do both live here, though. We do
both
live
here.
together.
We do, at the same place.
Yep.
And so you go there and you put stuff in your cart. Uh-oh.
Oh.
No, keep going. So we put stuff in your cart and make sure you've got at least $100 worth of stuff in there or more, because when you do that in the next couple days,
yeah,
make sure you're using offer code FREESHIP. It's FREESHIP. That'll get you free shipping on that entire order of $100 or more until Alisa switches over the website to the new one, because when that happens, you won't even need an offer code. It'll do it automatically, which is super fancy.
Yeah, it's going to be fancy. I'm really excited. I've spent a lot of time on that during the break.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of fun. I like tinkering around with the internet stuff and doing the website. I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, it's getting real close. It's not going to be a huge change. It looks, I mean, visually looks fairly similar. But there's a lot of nice new features that will go along with it. Some really cool
Alisa
things.
won't have to be double entering or triple entering everything.
Well, nice features for you. I was thinking more along the lines of the customer side. There's nice features and usability things that are going to be available at that point.
And more products. It's going to be easier and quicker for me to get products up there for everyone. So that'll be good.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, I don't think the change isn't too dramatic, but it's all going to be very helpful for everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So,
and if I have to spend less time doing stuff, that means I can work on other things that are going to be better for everyone. If you want to get notified immediately of the upcoming change, or the website change and our super big news, there's a sign up on our website for our newsletter.
Yeah.
Or go to Facebook and like our Firefly Fibers Facebook page and opt to get notifications.
There you go.
Or Instagram. I'm sure it's going to be everywhere.
You will be the first to know if you do those things.
Yeah.
Unless you become a patron, and then you may know some things ahead of everybody else, because that's fancy and exclusive for fancy people. What else do we have? Do you want to talk? How about this? Let's go to the what happened in the kitchen. How about that? We're going to go... Rollo is exasperated for some reason.
Why are you exasperated?
I don't think he has to go out, because I let him out like twice, and he, like I told you, he had to go out so bad. I opened the door. He just went out and sprinted around the yard, back up the stairs into the house, and then he does this thing where we've got like, you know, dining room and living room with rugs in this. He jumps from one to the
doorway
next.
and jumps back and forth. He can run around outside, but he prefers to run around in the house because outside's scary.
Yeah, he's not a big fan of the outside, but
back and forth and big jumps like a deer, and
yeah, he just pounces.
Yeah,
silly. So anyway, I don't know. He's got something in his brain right now that he doesn't know what's going on. But anyway, so I did the kitchen music because I think both of those things that you have on there are things that we took for 4th of July.
Yeah, so we went to your uncle's for 4th of July.
Yeah. And
things have been different the last few years for us because we always used to go to your grandma's.
Yeah.
But since she passed away, it's just been kind of like flying by the seat of our pants and hoping that somebody kind of picks it up. Because, you know, I talk to so many families that, you know, things change and they don't have a place to go. And it's really sad because then you should just pick somewhere else.
Well, yeah.
So we've been doing a good job of that.
Our family's pretty close. And so we're going to find that in his place there, it's a nice kind of in between where a lot of the families are located. So it's a nice midpoint for everybody. You don't have to drive, you know, everybody doesn't have to drive 2 or 3 hours or whatever. You've got, you know, an hour each way or whatever, hour and a half. And
it was fun because we got to see, we just saw your sister last month at the baby shower. We got to see her again in July. So she's getting ready to have a baby.
Yeah, it's getting close. She's got a belly now. Not a big belly, but it's getting there.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I made, your aunt requested that I make the 7-layer salad that I made for the baby shower, which I don't think a 7-layer salad is that big of a deal, but of course I don't ever just follow instructions.
No.
So it was a really, really loaded 7-layer salad, but the dressing that I make, and that's what I want to talk about, is I think the dressing is what makes it a little bit different than a regular 7-layer salad.
What's a regular 7-layer salad dressing?
Regular 7-layer salad dressing is, I think it's equal parts of sour cream and mayo and then just some sugar.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. So I put a little bit of sugar in there, but I put some salt, some pepper, some minced garlic, And then I put chives in there too, some fresh chopped chives.
Sure.
So just enough to taste, and I think it just makes it taste less like Rollo burped.
Definitely wasn't me.
So I think it makes it just a little bit different. But yeah, and then I used the peas I used for it this time I got at Kirschbaum's when I went to get strawberries this year.
Yeah.
Yep, because I get a bag of peas there every year. But yeah, the 7-layer salad, and we always end up coming home with a ton, and it's nice because it lasts until later. So
yeah,
I basically use Pioneer Woman Ree Drummond's recipe, but then I doctor up the dressing a little bit, and I don't put the bacon in there because your sister's a vegetarian. So.
I put bacon in there.
Oh, you did? Yeah. So we had leftovers. We came home that night. What did we had? We had leftovers and some chicken. Did we? Is that what it was? We had chicken left over from something.
Yeah, and the next day I had some random. Anybody on the videos was getting a good shot of Rollo's butt right now. He's doing a stretch and he doesn't even know how silly he just looked. But it's some random turkey bacon.
Yeah, you put some
cut
turkey
that up
bacon
and that went in there.
That went in there, and it was
That was my meal.
What did I had some. Oh, and then I had a. Did I just take? Oh, when you had that, usually I'm the one that makes everything all fancy, and I ended up going and grabbing an Udi hamburger bun out of the freezer.
Yeah.
I toasted it and put mayo and butter on it, or mayo and American cheese. That was it.
Yeah.
So
we're getting the replay on YouTube of Rollo's butt right now. I'm glad we got to see that again.
Oh, that's funny.
He's gonna throw a fit somewhere in the hallway. Anyway.
So that was the 7-layer salad. That was, and I put mushrooms and I did carrots this time, but it's nice because it can, whatever's left over can stay in the fridge for a while because the dressing doesn't make anything soggy. And,
yeah.
But yeah, that was really good. And then I made because I'm a real plans junkie, and it was cool because 4th of July it came up on my plan for happy 4th of July, and there were these recommendations on there for stuff, and one of them was a watermelon coconut cooler, which is from Michelle Tam of Nom Nom Paleo, and it's basically you take like a bunch of watermelon and you put it in the blender and you put some coconut water in with it, some lime juice and a pinch of salt, and blend it up, and then you drink it.
And it was delicious.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
And it was nice because I was able to take something that, because there were kids there, and usually I'm the booze bringer. I'm usually making something fun with booze, which everybody really appreciates. But there were kids there, and then your sister, went and got pregnant, so she can't drink booze, and your dad accidentally made her a Bloody Mary with vodka in it.
Well, but then you realized it.
He did. So... But yeah, so that one was really good too. That made a lot. I think you could probably do a half recipe for that.
And it wasn't super complicated either, right? It was pretty simple.
No, and I think if you're gonna do it, because I just have some, I can't remember what the pitchers are called, but they're really nice plastic pitchers that I got at Costco, and we had 2 of them, and I think they're at least I think they're 1.5 liters or 2 liters each. Probably 2 liters.
Might be 2 liters. They're pretty good size. They're tall.
So I think if you were going to be making more than one batch, he was chewing on his bed.
Yeah, sure.
If you needed to make more than one batch and we're going to be drinking it the same day, I would make one batch, leave half the watermelon whole, because watermelon gets kind of funky after it's been sitting and blended and cut up and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I would just do it. Like, if you're going to have a couple days in between, I just make the second batch when you need it.
Oh, okay.
So
good tip.
That's my tip on that. So the fresher the better with the watermelon.
Yeah.
So and then we made again, because it was so good the first time, the coffee marinated steak fajitas. We had those.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Thursday night.
Have we talked about those before? Have you posted those before?
I don't remember if we talked about them before. They're so good. You marinate them in coffee and a bunch of other stuff. It's a Paleo MG recipe that also it didn't come up on my real plans. I put it in as one of my favorites, so I just plugged it in. But so you marinate it in coffee, and you're supposed to marinate it overnight, and then when it's done marinating, and then you make like a rub with ground coffee. And I thought, oh, that's so weird. It's gonna be hard to eat, and it's fine.
No, it's not. It's
so
not hard to eat at all.
So and we had that with, and there's sliced poblanos and some red peppers and orange peppers and onions, and that's really good.
Yeah. So I'll put links to both of those, the steak fajitas and the watermelon coconut cooler. Yeah. I talk for a living. Actually, I don't. I talk here once a week for an hour. And apparently that's not enough. I should practice more. The watermelon coconut cooler. I'll post links to the recipes for both of those on the show notes, so you can see those on the website. Yeah,
and the Real Pan. So if anybody's interested in that, they can check that out too.
Oh, sure.
Because that's where both of those came from. I mean, I have cookbooks for some of them, and the stuff's out there on the website. But it's kind of fun because it just pops up, and I'm like, oh, hey, that sounds good. I'll try that.
Yeah.
If it doesn't look good, there's a little roulette button, and you can push that, and it'll change it. You can keep going until you find something that you like.
Isn't the idea of that you hit something, you just pick something random and you go with it because you're getting crazy?
Keep going randomly.
That's
you can keep going. You give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Tinder for food?
It kind of is. Do they have thumbs up or thumbs down? That's
no,
really
it's
sad.
like swiping right and swiping left kind of a thing. Right. I don't remember hotornot.com. Did you ever do that? That was a thumbs up and thumbs down. Oh man, Hot or Not was like more than 10. Actually, probably about 15 years ago at this point.
I would hope it was at least, no, it better have been 15 more years. We've been together for 15 years.
But people would submit their pictures to hotornot.com, and it might still be there. You should look it up and see if it's still around. I wonder what it's morphed into at this point. And you could go through and just do a thumbs up, or no, was it a thumbs up and thumbs down, or was it an actual scale? Like a 1 to 10, like number scale. I don't even remember how it exactly worked.
Was it a dating thing?
No, it was just a website, and put the picture up, and then.
Oh, wouldn't that be awful if your picture showed up on there?
Well, so the idea is that you submit your own picture, but I have to imagine that a lot of the ones up there were submitted by other people. But that was, I don't know, the whole concept there just seemed like a really bad idea.
Yeah, that seems like you're just asking for your heart for your soul to be beaten down. And
yeah, pretty much.
Because the internet is not a kind place. It wasn't any more kind 15 years. Well, it probably
was
wasn't as bad
better
15 years ago.
Not much
in the
better.
Early days when there was some sort of a filter.
No, there really was no filter.
Okay.
It depends on the parts of the internet you went to, I suppose. But in general, it was a little better, maybe, depending on where you are on a whole.
Oh.
Oh, man. He's having a tough day. Okay. So you want to talk, Max? I don't have any fancy music for this, but you've got some, it looks like you've done some reading recently.
I have been doing some reading. I finished... Oh, hello. I finished 2 really good books. I most recently finished Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. That was a really good book. It's his account of growing up with a hillbilly family. And it was very interesting.
So it's basically exactly what you're getting. What it says on the tin is what you're getting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was interesting. And he ended up going to I can't remember. He went to college, I think, in Columbus, and then he ended up going to Yale Law School. So he broke away from it, but he said, "Yeah, it was very interesting." So that one was a good read, and it was funny because when I was in Colorado, my aunt said that she had read it too, and it was really good. So yeah, it was just a very interesting perspective. So yeah, things are a little bit different in that culture. So, oh, my cousin remembers Hot or Not.
Well, there you go. See?
Wow. So it was a thing.
I'm lying? I just made this up?
It sounds terrible. The other book that I read, actually, I didn't read this one. I listened to the audiobook, and I have to say I think it's probably the best audiobook that I have ever listened to.
That's high praise.
Well, okay. It's next to Outlander, it is the best audiobook I've ever listened to. Now I really want to see the movie. Secret Life of Bees, which is, I think it's from like 2003 or something, by Sue Monk Kidd. And that one is, it was on Oprah's book list forever and I never read it. It was an absolutely beautiful book.
What is it? Is it about bees?
It's about a girl in, I believe in the 60s. She lives on a farm, has a rough home life, and she ends up leaving with her, she ends up running away with her African-American housekeeper. And they run away to a place where she, like, a place where she thought that her mom might have been from, because her mom died when she was very young. So yeah, it's very interesting. It was a very good book.
Are there bees in it at all?
Yes, they end up, the place that they end up at was a beekeeper's. They make honey.
Well, there you go.
Yep, it makes honey. But yeah, so
had to be sure.
So yeah, there's bees in there. But yeah, that one was really good too. That one was amazing. I wish I would have read that one sooner. And then I started listening to, when I was in Colorado, I started listening to Beartown by Frederick Bachman, which is the same author of as a Man Called Ove, which I don't. Okay. I've talked about that one. I haven't started reading that one. I don't know anything
about it. Yeah.
Beartown is the new one, and I started listening to it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. It's about hockey and sports and stuff, and then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna keep going, and it's very interesting. It's a small town, and I can't remember where they're at, but yeah, small hockey town, and just like some drama and stuff that's going on, and it's a good story. The audiobook is really good. The narrator, I can't figure out like what I know her from, but she is somebody famous. I can't remember. Maren Ireland. She's been in several shows and stuff. As soon as I started listening, I'm like, oh, her voice sounds familiar. But then I looked her up and I can't figure it out. I was going to listen to 18 in Life on Skid Row, but I couldn't get it to download. So
oh no,
my internet connection was not the best in the Colorado.
Oh, the Colorado?
Yeah.
Well, that's not the only issues you had, which you conveniently or for some reason skipped over last week.
What part did I skip over?
And part of it followed you here today. So there's something. Okay, so we're going to start. You have to tell everything, the things that you omitted from last week's story. You have to tell those things.
Right now or after I talk about my next book?
No, right now, because it's what we're talking about.
So I might not have shared everything about how interesting our facilities were.
You left out the best parts.
There were,
in my opinion, the best parts. Maybe not for you.
The best parts. There's really one part that was in 3 places.
Okay.
Or one thing.
Well, 2 things.
Well, I talked about the eyelashes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I talked about the eyelashes. Didn't I? I talked about the eyelashes?
Don't think you did.
Yes, I did. There were false eyelashes sitting on the bedside table, and I sent you a picture. That was terrifying.
That was weird. And then today, in the bathroom,
there was a false eyelash on the floor.
There were false eyelashes.
There must have. I wonder if it's left over. I wonder if it got stuck to something from your sister's wedding or something. I don't know.
Oh, that could be. Did you use your suitcase or something for like your little?
Maybe. I may have been in a bag that I haven't used for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah. So the other thing with the house that I had left out that I got scolded for after is that there were multiple pairs of dirty underwear in 3 of the bedrooms.
Well, technically, there was 1 pair of dirty... What? I thought there was 1 pair... There was 1 pair in each room, right?
No, I had like 2 or 3 pair in my room. There were 2 pair of leggings that were like turned inside out and had dirty underwear like stuck in them.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just 1 just randomly there.
No, it was like drawer full of dirty underwear.
So,
which I don't know how people like go like on vacation and stuff, because when my clothes are dirty when I go on vacation, I don't just put them back in the drawer.
And you just leave them there?
Apparently everybody there, they didn't need their underwear anymore. They just left them.
Yeah, that must have been a party. That you had a whole house full of people and just left their underwear there. Weird. And well, you were saying...
And false eyelashes.
And false eyelashes and their nachos they didn't want anymore.
Yeah, the plates weren't exactly clean. We were going to make nachos, but there were already some on the plate, so...
Yeah, from the last crew.
Yeah, so I put everything through the dishwasher. All the silverware, everything went through the dishwasher.
That was
again.
probably a smart move.
Yeah, that was my own initiative. All the kids are like grabbing glasses. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, let's make sure those are clean first. Just stick your face under the tap and go with that for now until these glasses are cleaned properly.
You can pretend like with cold water, but when you pour your coffee in there and then all those bits like they like release and float up to the top.
But if it's cold water, then you can see all of that stuff, and then it floats around,
disgusting.
and that's gross.
So was that it? Did I miss anything else?
I think that was probably it.
It looked like my bed had been slept in, but at the point I got to bed, I was like, whatever. And then my aunt changed the sheets the next day. There was a sap issue, apparently, that my cousin thought might have been boogers, but apparently it was a sap issue.
Yeah, I don't know how you get sap on your sheets and then just don't replace them.
Right.
You're the owner of this facility, and you're charging a decent amount that in one day you could pay for a very nice set of sheets. Like multiple sets of sheets, and you've got somehow tree sap on your sheets and you're not going to replace them? No, that was boogers.
It is never good when you crawl into bed and feel like crusty things stuck to the sheets.
That was 100%
and find
boogers.
dirty underwear in your drawer and used eyelashes on the bedside table. And rumor had it the place was haunted. So,
but nothing ever happened with that, did it?
Well, no, I think the ghost left.
Or the ghost followed you here and put eyelashes on the floor in the bathroom.
The ghosts were probably like, this place is too messy for us. We're going to move down the road.
Although, man, if I was a ghost, that's where I would stay. You got nachos and you've got just like people running around without underwear. That's the good place to hang out. There's a party there. That's where I would go.
Like Nearly a Headless Nick. You'd hang out with Nearly Headless Nick at the...
If he had nachos and no underwear, yeah, we'd party.
Is that it?
Go talk about your last book.
Oh, okay.
You're so intent on talking about the last book, and you don't want to talk about underwear and nachos.
I would prefer to not talk about underwear and nachos.
Oh, you'd rather talk about a book than underwear and nachos and false eyelashes.
I don't know. Now I feel like I'm going to get a lot of grief for my last the last book. So I've heard the series is really, really good.
What's the last book?
My Life is a White Trash Zombie, which is supposed to be. I've heard it's a really good. I don't know if it's a young adult or just
So you haven't started it yet?
I haven't started it yet.
You might want to wait.
Why?
To say anything about this until you've read it.
Excuse me. I've heard it's really good. I also heard the Raven series, the Raven Boys or the Raven Cycle series was really good, and I'm having like a slog of a time getting through that. But yeah, My Life as a White Trash Zombie is supposed to be really, really good. So I got the book I checked it out from the library, and then I have the Audible audiobook so I can switch back and forth.
Cool.
Because the problem with Hillbilly Elegy is that I did not have the audiobook, so I had to read the book. I read it in a day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I had to wait forever to check out the book because it's been crazy popular. So I got that one from the library too. So yeah, check if you like reading and you have like, well, you can check normal books out from your library too, because they do have those. But I mostly check out their electronic books. Yeah. And our service is Overdrive.
Really, neat systems how they do that, where you have it for the same, it's like a normal book, but it's the e-reader version of it. And
yep. And I can check mine out, and then I go and I get mine from Amazon for the Kindle version.
How does that work?
So you select whether you want the ebook, like the EPUB book, or if it's available as a Kindle version, then you can select Kindle. It bumps you over to Amazon, and you borrow it through your Amazon account, so you can read it through the Kindle app, which is really nice. Yeah. So I like doing that because then I can read it on I have a Paperwhite. I've been reading most everything on my iPad lately, but I have a Paperwhite too, and I read a lot on there. So that one's nice because the EPUBs, you can't read them on there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, but yeah, check out and the library they still get funding for they still get credit for the checkouts.
Right.
So because you still log in like under your library with your library card, and they have videos too. They have audiobooks there. So yeah, support your local library and
for sure.
Yeah, and the wait sometimes it's a lot. It's strange because I can only have 10 things on hold, and I can only check out 10 things at the same time, which I don't need more than 10 books at the same time.
Probably not.
But I can only have 10 things on hold at the same time. And some of these books that I am checking out, like it took me was a book that took me, The Secret Life of Bees. I think it took me like 7 or 8 months to be able to get that.
Yeah.
I waited and waited and waited. So if you have like several books that you're waiting months for,
Yeah, they take up all your spots. And
yeah, but they do have there are options to filter and check out things that are available now too, which My Life as a White Trash Zombie was immediately available because I think that it's like on book 6 now, so the first book has kind of died down.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that makes sense.
but yeah, so I like checking books out there. And then it's nice with Kindle, so if I have the audiobook, then it still syncs back and forth, and I can read at night if I want to before I go to bed, and then I can listen to the audiobook too.
Yeah.
So
very cool. Yeah. Anything else that you are reading or want to talk about? Your books? You ready for a nap? Sounds like you're ready for a nap.
It's been a long few weeks. Rello's gonna chew his foot off.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Just let him go. I think he's got some nerves and ants in his pants. All right, so we're going to do this now, though. The #1 source, the only place for your hard-hitting knitting canoes. So a couple stories I want to talk about this time, and this one is really weird for, I guess, multiple reasons. One, the tab keeps closing. I don't know why. I've never seen a website do that and it may do it while we're looking at it, but
it just closes. Usually you can't. Sometimes you can't get them closed.
You can't close if you want it to, but this one, like every, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, it closes. So I had to reopen it up to look at it again. So hopefully, as long as we keep it active, maybe it will stay there and we won't lose it. But anyway. So the headline: additional scam victim surfaces after arrest in Queensbury. This comes to us in New York, Albany, New York. So first of all, how would you pronounce that name? Is that Megan? Meagheen?
Yeah, Megan. Megan Guinness Ryan.
Megan Guinness Ryan is accused of stealing more than $5,000 from the King Hendrick Motel, where she worked as a front desk clerk in Queensbury. But investigators discovered her real identity and criminal history spanning 7 states after putting her fingerprints into a national database. They say Megan Guinness Ryan was actually Colleen Molson. So there's my first question.
Who's Colleen Molson?
It's this lady that's doing all the crimes. But if you are going to come up with aliases and you're trying to be sneaky and not get caught and hide, why wouldn't you pick a name like, Sarah or
Jones.
Julie or... spell Megan normally? Because
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
I know a lot of Jennifers.
Pick a name that's not Meagheen. That doesn't seem very smart to me.
But if she was going by Guinness Ryan, then
there again,
she was trying to be Irish.
But Guinness Ryan, now you're even more obvious. Just pick Megan Smith. Just spell it normally. Nobody would think you're being suspicious or standing out and say, I remember Megan Guinness Ryan that was spelled weird.
That would be true.
That lady 3 months ago. Yeah. So first of all, she's not very smart, but according to Connecticut mother of 4, Holly Irving, she is a master manipulator. Apparently did a Skype interview with her. So Irving says that she met Molson in an online knitting forum. According to Irving, the accused scammer, believed to have operated under 45 fake names, was constantly raising money for people with serious diseases.
Well, that's why she was spelling one weird, because she had 45 of them.
But you got to just keep them normal. With serious diseases or areas struck by natural disasters, but pocketing the cash. She always said the money was going to a charity, said Irving. There's a large community of us who really got taken by this woman. So... and I feel bad saying this, but this Holly Irving doesn't seem like the quickest person in the world either. But she basically was this the scam artist lady was saying, hey, I'll hook you up with a job. You can work for me. We can work together. But Irving says that she ultimately cut off all contact with Molson after 5 years of unmet promises and a web of lies. So it only took her 5 years to catch on that this lady may not be as honest as she presents herself to be. That seems like an excessive amount of time.
It seems like a lot of time, yes.
To catch on.
Yes, I
think. So if somebody keeps offering me jobs for 5 years and never follows through or actually has a job to give, maybe I might stop talking to that person.
Or look
Maybe.
at other options, because how can you make it 5 years?
Maybe she did, but in the meantime, Megan kept coming at her with job offers. So, I mean, this is only very loosely knitting related, but the Warren County Sheriff's Department confirms Irving contacted them and is investigating these additional claims. Ravelry, the online knitting forum, blocked Mulson in 2015. So apparently they were introduced and found each other through Ravelry, and she's been blocked there for a couple years. It doesn't say why she was blocked, so I'd be curious to look into it more to find out what happened there.
I would venture to guess that she's probably soliciting through there.
Gone. It just closed. Isn't that weird? The tab is just gone. The website is gone. But anyway.
Yeah, Ravelry does not allow you to like solicit or like harass or do naughty things on their forums.
So, but apparently it was not naughty enough to like get in touch with the police or anything. It was just annoying, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they were involved more than they said.
Oh, but this was 2015. She didn't get arrested or found out until like 2017, like now, in the last week or so. So I don't know. I'd be curious to know. Maybe I will do some investigative reporting, and I'll talk to the people at Ravelry and say, "Hey, tell me more about this."
You better put on your old Bob
Molson
shirt.
lady. Maybe I will.
Put on your old Bob shirt and ask him if you can Skype with him, and then I bet Casey will talk to you.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's weird. What is that?
Wool socks incubate avocados. West Vancouver woman creates new product to help ripen fruit. If you popped in on Diane Sherwood's catering business many years ago, you would have found a bunch of avocados and wool socks lined up in a drawer. It was a ripening trick Sherwood thought everyone knew about. Did you know about this trick?
Since I said, what is that? No.
Well, no, this is something special, but you didn't know about putting avocados in a wool sock to ripen them more quickly?
No.
Apparently it works very well because she says, well, I thought everyone knew that. And so now she has a business that she actually mass produces these. She worked with the idea for avocado socks was hatched a number of years ago, but Sherwood took time to care for her husband first, who had early onset Alzheimer's disease, before fully Am I keeping you awake here, Lisa?
I'm sorry, it's just been a long week.
Her first step was to ask Ingrid at the Knit and Stitch shop in West Vancouver if she could knit a sock for an avocado, and she could. It was really cute. It was beautiful, recalls Sherwood, but the work took 4 hours, so Sherwood did some research online and found the owner of a small knitting mill with 13 machines. I imagine putting 4 hours into a sock for an avocado is not something many people want to do.
Well, and even at minimum wage, you'd be looking at what? What is minimum wage now?
$7.25, $7.75, $7.25, whatever it is. $8, we'll say.
$8, and then if you make a couple bucks on top of that, I don't think people want to pay $40 for a sock for their avocado, for one avocado.
No, and you're not making much at well, plus materials and whatever else goes into it.
Yeah. Much like the rest of knitting.
Yeah. So together they came up with 20 different prototypes until they found the perfect fit. The machines used to make the socks require a special, thinner type of yarn that is imported from Scotland. Where is it? So lots of people know to ripen avocados in a paper bag, explains Sherwood, and the sock concept is similar. And the paper bag thing, obviously I'm aware of that because you've done that several times in the past. But this wool sock, I was curious to know if you've ever heard about that because I have never heard of that method before. Avocado socks are $14.99 each and are available at 4 North Shore stores. And you can also get them online at theavocadosock.com. Actually, I'm going to go there because I didn't go do this before.
$14.99 for a sock for your avocado?
But look how fancy they are. There's all kinds of recipes for different avocado things. You can make a shrimp salad. You can make panko crusted avocado fries, which sounds pretty good. You can make avocado spinach dip. Oh, okay, let's look at the products. Let's see what they have.
One of my favorite avocado recipes is
what's that?
The my friend Jennifer that made the bacon wrapped avocados, and then you like roll them in a little bit of maple syrup.
Oh yeah,
and a little bit of chili powder or cayenne. You sprinkle a little bit of cayenne and bake them in the oven.
Sure.
Oh, that was good.
Good stuff.
But I might need an avocado sock for that.
And here you got to do them one at a time. You can get them in nutmeg or tusk or pewter or olive. So you've got 4. Let's order one in.
Of
I want
course,
to get one in pewter.
Oh, yeah. I would say Oliver pewter would
Look at that, $14.99. They weren't lying. Look at retailers. Please contact us for wholesale pricing.
And as little as 24 hours, it's going to be ready to enjoy.
I would imagine she's just got boxes of them sitting around. She just pops it in an envelope. I would hope. Just mails it to you.
No. That you put the avocado in, and in less than 24 hours, the avocado's ready. Not the sock is to you within. No.
24 hours is not a long time for an avocado.
That's what I was saying.
So you need to get some either old wool socks that you are not using, or just a wool sock and just toss an avocado in there and see what happens, because that sounds pretty amazing.
I think this is an experiment.
Yeah, I think we need to try it. I mean, it'll take a day, not a big time commitment. So I think that would work out well. I'm
going to have to go to Aldi and get some avocados.
Well, you only need one.
I do. I just need one. But I have to go all the way to Aldi.
For one avocado? That doesn't sound very time or cost effective.
Town.
Oh, I'm thinking Costco.
Oh, well, there too.
Get a whole bag of them. And so, yeah, so
need more socks.
Theavocadosock.com if you want to take a look at that, because
they're cute.
They look nice. They look kind of felted a little bit, maybe, or is it?
I'm wondering, like
No, maybe not.
No, I think it's just the way that they're knit up.
Yeah.
It looks like it's probably a finer gauge knit up, but I don't know.
Well, they said it's a thinner yarn that comes from Scotland, right?
Well, that means that I should.
But anyway, yeah. So that fun story, theavocadosock.com. And that is all of our Canadian canoes. So I think at this point we're at a good place we can bind off and weave in our ends and get something to eat and wrap up our evening.
I was looking for an avocado sock pattern on Ravelry, but it's an avocado sock, and they're actually named after. I think that it's named the color of the sock is.
I would imagine that's probably the case.
It's not actually a sock for an avocado.
No, I think we should all give this woman from Vancouver some business, because she looks nice.
She does look
Diane
nice.
Sherwood makes the avocado sock. Actually doesn't make them, I guess. She sells them. She designed it.
Well, they have a nice little label on them, a nice leather, and looks like a leather cord.
Yeah. No, they're very well constructed, it looks like. So go check that out, avocadosock.com. We are going to stop talking now. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas for our 100th episode, if you want to get involved in the program, you can always email us, podcast@alisathe.yarnista.com. You can also interact with us in real time as we record the show live each and every Saturday. Become a patron on Patreon at the $5 level or higher, and you can get into the chat room and hang out with us and all the other fine patrons that are there, having a good time, saying silly things, and having fun. You can go to the blog. Make sure you do that for the new post that went up today, and see some fun pictures of Logan and
us.
And us. We're in there as well, which is always fun. Hey, what else? Is that it? I think that's everything that's on that list.
Yeah, just stay tuned for the big news.
Yeah, stay tuned. Follow Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all the social media things for the big news that's coming up this week. Big announcement at some point.
I think that's it.
And that's it. All right. So thanks everybody for joining us. Have a good week. We'll see you all next week.
Cheers.
Takes it off with skin so soft and you're back inside my head. I'm wasting time, yeah, I'm wasting mine, but I haven't found a fit, and now it's all or nothing.
What's my favorite knitting thing to make? Okay, I may have overestimated my knitting acumen, because I met several ladies who make actual things with it, and I'm good. So the story of knitting is a long saga. I don't know if anybody, probably some people in here have watched Buffy, and Allison Hannigan, who plays Willow, was in the makeup trailer during the last season of Buffy, and she said, "Now I'm knitting," and I went, knitting is for stupid girls, or something to that effect. And then I was like, well, I put my foot in it. She's a very good friend of mine, so she's forgiven me, I guess. But I made fun of her, and then the next week I came in with knitting needles, and she was like, "Really?" So, if you'll remember, there was a group of potentials that I was part of, and we were kind of a group unto ourselves. We hung out with the main cast, we were very nice, but we were mostly around each other. We started like a knitting circle, and all the girls, even one by one, we'd die, but while they were there, everybody would sit around in a circle and knit and make things, but we only really got up to scarves. So I love knitting scarves. I love doing, you know, cable knitting and different kind of patterns, but anything more complicated that's not flat and long. So I could probably make a tabard. You know, any various a headdress that is a wrap. I don't know, anything that's long and thin with none of this. So one day I hope to make something with a thumb. This thing. I tried to make that, but it turned out to be another hand. I don't know what happened. It was my one attempt at something round, and it did not go well. So anyway, so I hope to actually get back into knitting, and because I saw something online that had like actual Pac-Man on it, so I thought that would be kind of cool. Anyway, so I'm sorry if I was a liar. I mean, I wasn't really a liar. It's just whatever. Next.
There you go. Episode number 97 is in the books. Now you can go take a nap.
I need to eat supper and then I'm gonna go to bed. It's almost 8:30.
Yeah.
Apparently, sleeping like. Well, I was afraid I wasn't gonna wake up in time this morning either because I had to hurry up and get to the store again so I could pack up stuff.
You could sneak in the cover of dark.
Sneak in
before normal opening time on a Saturday,
yeah.
Which is still weird because I'm still feeling, even though we just did this, which we always
like
do on
Sunday.
Saturdays,
Yeah.
feels like a Sunday and I'm all messed up. So Marie, yeah, she left. I waved that.
She left a long time
She probably
ago.
didn't say that.
What?
I'm just I can't, from the angle, I can't
Oh.
see. I wish there was a way to increase like the font size on that so it was more
Better for old man eyes?
Well, no, because it's far away and the monitor's turned at an angle. I can't see it. You can see it because it's like pointed right at you.
Well, I could see it because it was right on my iPad too.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
All right, so I was pretty happy with how we handled the conversation about Logan because I thought there would be a lot more tears involved there, but we did okay. We kept it professional.
Yeah. The tears have been happening.
Yep.
When you don't even expect it, all of a sudden, there they are.
Yeah. I don't have that issue so much, but
No, we both react a little bit differently to things like that. You're more teary initially, and I'm more like task oriented, and then I have a meltdown later, which I think is my exhaustion today and all that.
yeah,
so.
That's very possible. That's how I felt yesterday. But all right, and actually, I'm thinking I did all of my Sunday things today. My lawn mowing and the gardening and all that
stuff.
stuff.
Help me get the house ready for my mama?
No, probably not. I've been doing that for about a year now.
Because my mom's going to be here. Well, in 2 weeks, she's going to be here.
Is she going to be on the show? I think she should.
You're going to send her some. You're going to
or
send
she
her
can
the
sit
link
over there in the corner and she can just watch.
She can sit in the closet and watch.
She could. It gets kind of warm in there, though.
We can make some room.
Sit in the doorway, and that'd be weird to put her in the closet. I think she'd probably prefer to be over in the doorway. Get a nice cool breeze.
We'll see if we can get her to do it.
I think it would be a lot of fun, and I keep forgetting to send her the link for it too when it goes up, but
that would help. You might, if she knew maybe it helps that she doesn't know what she's getting into.
I don't know that there's a
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Yeah, it's all the same, but I think it would be interesting for her to come on and talk about the experience of living in Mexico and retiring there and being there full time. I think people would find that very interesting.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it would be interesting for her to come on and talk about the experience of growing up with, or having Alisa the Yarnista grow up in your home.
We'll talk about that too.
Oh,
it'll be an hour of talking about, her. So have to be prepared to have the spotlight on her for a couple hours.
I say you sent her an email proposal and see if she's
You haven't talked to her about it?
No.
Oh, I thought you would have said something to her.
I feel like these things are best not let to stew in the brain so people can freak out in advance.
No, that's you. That's not everybody. Most people want to be prepared.
Oh no, my cousin did better not knowing.
She knew.
She knew, but I mentioned it casually.
Yeah. Well,
And then yeah.
I feel like your mom
And we didn't
is
have
one
video
who
then either.
want to be prepared. I would think.
Email her and ask her.
I'm going
You
to.
have her email address. You can
Yeah.
ask my mom. Will
I'm
you be
gonna.
on my podcast?
My podcast. My name is not on this podcast, Alisa the Yarnista. If you didn't notice, I'm the guy with the knobs and twirly buttons and cables, and that's as far as I go.
You're my producer.
Yes.
In case anyone didn't notice, we've got all of our, well, not all of our Colorado stuff on. I've got my Colorado Native necklace on from my cousin and my Rocky Mountain National Park hat. And
I've got my Chicago Cubs shirt on from my wife that bought me when she went to Colorado. I don't know why you bought me a Cubs shirt, but
I didn't buy a
It's-
Cub shirt.
oh.
And then I have my Grand Lake shorts on.
been
that I
asked
got when
that
I was
more
there.
than one time.
What?
Yeah, people think it's a Chicago Cubs.
It says Colorado right underneath it.
Yeah, but if you're not looking, if you're looking over here at the sea, the Red Sea, it looks like Chicago Cubs. Which is why I don't wear it very often, because people think I'm a Cubs fan and I can't have that. That's unacceptable.
I'm sorry, Jennifer.
Jennifer who?
S.
No Cubs fans allowed. All right, done?
I think so.
Cool.
Go get us some Culvers and
Thanks everybody for hanging out for the last, I don't know, how far are we into this thing now?
Hour and 10
Hour and a
minutes.
half? Hour and 11 minutes?
Yeah.
32, 33, 34, 35. I'm going to do this for the next 19 minutes till we get hour and a half. Okay, probably not.
no. Go
All
get
right,
us
I
some
need to get
food.
my OBS back. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
See you in a week.
See you next week.